Who Dat Nation? I never thought it would happen, but the Saints actually have a chance to win a third straight game. I know it sounds insane, but a third straight. And they beat back to back division rivals, back to back weeks, spoiling the party for both sides, trying to win the division. And yeah, we got to talk about it. That was a big win against the Panthers at home. Clutch late. We'll break it all down on what was a great, great comeback win for the Saints. And then we'll break down the game this week against the Jets for a chance for a third straight win against a pretty bad Jets team. Let's get to it. Saints fans, we finally have some hope. Stick and stay, baby. Let's get to it. Saints Roundtable. All right, so let's break it down. The Saints get another big win against a division rival, continuing to play spoiler for whoever's trying to win this division. And yeah, the Saints won at home late, 20-17 at home, and it was a great performance by the Saints offense in that fourth quarter late, and just a great win for this team, and a great vote of confidence for them going forward as they continue to build as a team. Bryce Young was pretty solid, but I wouldn't say he was the greatest. He was 15 for 24 on his completions, 163 yards, 1 touchdown, and a 96.4 rating. So pretty good, but the Saints were able to keep the Panthers offense at bay for pretty much the entire game. Rico Dowdle, one of the keys to last week that I broke down that had to be stopped. 16 carries for only 49 yards. Did get a touchdown, but they were able to keep him at bay pretty much the entire game, and he really was not able to get going and get those big game-breaking runs that he usually gets he's usually gone all year. So they've been able to keep him at bay and mostly make the Panthers an all-passing offense, and the secondary was able to hunt and lock down those receivers and did a great job of keeping those receivers at bay. And Terriota McMillan, he was completely out of it. Another key from last week. They shut him down completely. 2 catches for 25 yards. He was absolutely no-show. Great job by Alontae Taylor and by Kool-Aid McKinstry and the whole secondary for locking him down. And it was just a great overall performance by the secondary. So I love what I'm seeing from this defense. They're playing outstanding the last couple of weeks. They're playing with confidence. And you know what it is? They finally believe they have a quarterback that can help them win games and can score points and give them a lead to defend for years to come. So I'll break that down in the next segment. But yeah, they finally believe they actually have a guy that can score them some points. So the defense is playing with a whole lot of confidence right now. It's great to see. And one of the guys that did go off kinda was Jalen Coker, four catches for 60 yards and a touchdown. So he kind of got going. But like I said last week, somebody has to get going if you're gonna shut down the 2 key guys and make somebody else beat you. And it was Coker, and he was pretty good, as I said, but it really wasn't as impactful as it would be if it was McMillan or Dowdle. So great job by the Saints defense and the Saints defensive coaching staff, making that a priority and making Bryce Young find somebody else to beat them. So I love that. And yeah, just great overall. I love what I saw. They were getting the Bryce Young all day. Offensive line of the Panthers really could not contain this pass rush. They were pressuring him the entire time. Bryce Young had to be on the move. And I'll give him credit. The kid was out there still fighting, even though he wasn't getting a lot of help from that line. And he was able to make some key throws in some key situations. But the Saints, they were able to get those key plays on third down defensively, and they were able to keep him at bay. But yeah, Bryce Young looks like he can be a keeper in Carolina. So Panthers fans, even though you're struggling to win this division and you could possibly lose it if you lose to the Buccaneers this week, you got to feel good about Bryce Young. He's finally trying to make some strides as a quarterback. So he played pretty well in this game, but it still wasn't enough. And Saints defense, man, great job. I love what I'm seeing, and it's time to get to the offense. And what I believe is we finally have a guy under center that can take us places. I'll break that down next. This is the Saints Roundtable. Stick and stay. All right, let's get to the offense here. And man, we finally have some hope at quarterback. Tyler Shough is absolutely balling these last couple of weeks. Ever since he's come in for Spencer Rattler, he's only gotten better week by week, and he's had some stumbles here and there, but it's mostly been ups and downs lately. And it's something that you gotta feel good about going forward if you're a Saints fan. And I love what I'm seeing out of him. He was 24 for 32 on his completions, 272 yards, one touchdown, passing touchdown, 8 carries for 32 rush yards, and a 110.4 rating. So outstanding, man. I'm really really impressed. And credit to Kellen Moore, man. He's finally figured out how to use this kid. He's a big, strong kid, but he saw that he has a lot of athleticism, and the kid can move, and he's using him as a dual threat, whether if it's running the football, if it's throwing the football. He's found a way to use both assets well, and Shough has only gotten more and more confident now that Kellen Moore has given him more of the keys to this offense, and he's running with them, man. He's really really playing well, and the receivers believe in him. The offensive line believes in him. The whole team just believes in him. As I said in the last segment, the defense is playing with a lot more fire now because they finally believe they have a guy that can lead them places. Ever since number 9, who number 9 left a couple of years ago and retired. So I really really love the way that Tyler Shough is playing, and the Saints have some young pieces here that are building along with him. Devin Neal, 7 carries. I get it, only 28 yards, but did get in the end zone. But he's been playing well the last couple of weeks. I love what I'm seeing out of Devin Neal. He's a big, strong running back. He reminds me of like a Mark Ingram type of running back. Physical. He's not afraid to take contact, and that's a great asset to have alongside Alvin Kamara. Because remember when the Saints were playing well in the past with Kamara and Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram was that power back. Alvin Kamara was the all-around receiving back, and that fusion worked very, very well. So the Saints can get that kind of production again from Devin Neal and from Kamara, those two opposites working together, then you got something, and the Saints can really be something for the future offensively if they can really figure that out. And yeah, just overall, I love what I'm seeing from the backfield of the Saints right now. And Chris Olave, keep doing your thing, man. He has really, really, really grown up as a receiver. First of all, he stayed healthy, so that's a great thing. And that's still something that's a little up in the air if you're a Saints fan to believe in. But hey, it is what it is. He's staying. So far so good. He's been healthy, so that's good to see. He had 6 receptions for 85 yards and a touchdown, and he made some big clutch catches in that fourth quarter to get that late drive going. And I absolutely love the way he's playing. I get it. A lot of people question if he's the number 1 receiver, but he's playing like the number 1 receiver right now. And him and Tyler Shough have really, really gotten a good connection going, and they've really found a way to get things going. And they've been an explosive connection. So I love what I've seen out of them two. And a diamond in the rough, a lot like Rashid Shaheed when we got him, and we since traded him away, but when we found Rashid Shaheed out of nowhere and developed him into a really good player. Devon Bailey, man, 5 catches for 69 yards, and the guy has only gotten better with the more snaps he's gotten and the more Kellen Moore has trusted him in his offense, and he's really, really played well. And I love what I'm seeing out of Devon Bailey. So if he can continue to develop and be a number 2 to Chris Olave, then the Saints have something at receiver. Maybe they might draft another receiver in this draft coming up, but if they can have 2 guys they can trust to catch passes from Shough, then hey, we got something for the future. And maybe this rebuild might not be as long to wait for than we thought it would be if these young players can really get going and they can really develop quick. So I love what I'm seeing out of the Saints last couple of weeks. They were 2 for 3 in the red zone. They're continuing to get points, and continuing to finish drives in the red zone, and not kicking field goals as much. And I love what I'm seeing out of that. And Tyler Shough, yeah, he's been money. He whenever he gets down there, he's either running in for a touchdown or he's throwing for a touchdown. And yeah, I just love what I'm seeing out of him right now. And yeah, Chris Olave got the game tying touchdown late in the fourth quarter, and we see what he can do. The guy is an absolute game record when he can run routes and he can get by people. He's very electric in space, and Kellen Moore finally figured out how to use him. And that was the issue last couple of years with Dennis Allen. He was the coach, and he really couldn't figure out how to unlock him and how to get the best out of Chris Olave. But Kellen Moore finally has figured out how to use him, put him in space, dump it down to him, let him get out there and break more tackles. And yeah, the guy has been outstanding. So credit to him. And Tyler Shuck, once again, the guy is just fearless. He will do whatever it takes to win. He had a huge run late in that game for the game winning field goal. He took a big hit, and a lot of people, including myself, I was panicking. I was like, oh no, is he gonna get up? Like, oh no, but he was like, hey, bump that. He got right up, and he was pumped up, and you can tell the team was just happy to see that he was good, and that he was motivated. He was just pumped up to get the win, and you gotta love that. And it's only built more confidence out of this team. So great job from him. And Charlie Smith, man, ever since the Saints got rid of Blake Grupe and they brought this kid in, he's only gotten better, and he's made some clutch kicks, made another clutch kick in this game, and he earned himself a 3-year contract with the Saints. So we'll see if he is the guy to make some clutch kicks for the Saints in the future. And I like the moxie this kid has. He's poised. He's not afraid of the moment. He has a short memory, and yeah, the kid has confidence, and he can really be a good kicker for the Saints in the next couple of years going forward. So I love this overall. Shout out Tyler Shuck. You're doing things, brother. You're doing great, man. And I know that this draft coming up, there's a chance the Saints can get another quarterback, but the odds are they're not getting the first overall pick. I'm pretty sure the Jets or the Browns are looking at maybe getting the quarterback, and Fernando Mendoza is going to be the first one off the board, and I doubt the Saints can get him. So I don't think it's a good idea to get a quarterback in this draft. Continue to build it on Shuck. Build his offensive line, make it better. Maybe use the first round pick to get an offensive lineman, maybe for a receiver. But I think we're good at quarterback for at least for next year, because Tyler Shuck is playing lights out right now. So I love what I'm seeing out of him, and I love what I'm seeing out of this team, guys. Believe there's hope coming forward coming soon in New Orleans, and we'll see how it goes. And I'll break down this game coming up against the Jets, as the Saints have a chance to win a third straight game. I know it's crazy. It's crazy to say, but it's true. This is the Saints Roundtable. Stay can stay. All right, so let's break down this Week 16 game coming up against the New York Jets. The Saints have a chance for a third straight win and only build on their confidence going to next year against a Jets team that is really struggling this year. They're in line to get the first overall pick for a reason, because they have no quarterback. They are really falling on tough times. Justin Fields has been an absolute disappointment. Tyrod Taylor's hurt, and the guy coming in for the Jets at quarterback, it's Brady Cook. So this defense is going to be able to hunt, and they got to be able to take advantage of this quarterback coming in for the Jets, who's not really that experienced and not really that good. No offense to you, Brady Cook, but he's not the guy under center for the Jets to really take him places. So this defense has to hunt, and you got to pressure him, get him off his spots, and get him out of the game early. Get him scared, and just get him under duress from the start. And a big key to doing that is you got to stop Breece Hall. Breece Hall is the engine that makes this entire offense go for the Jets. He's a great rusher out of the backfield, good receiver out of the backfield. He can do both at a really high level, and you got to keep him out of space, because the Saints have had trouble with dual threat running backs, because whether it was Dat Nation, whether it was the running back out of Atlanta, Bijan Robinson, those two guys really cooked the Saints up when it comes to running the football and catching the football out of the backfield. So they got up. So the linebackers got to show up, and they got to be able to get out there in space and shut down those receiving options. And the defensive line had to plug the holes, plug the A gap, plug the B gap. Do not let him get going, because if he gets going, that'll only give more confidence to really cook the quarterback and give him a chance to actually be a good quarterback against the Saints defense. So Saints defense has to show up and stop him. You do that, then it's going to be a tough sledding for this Jets offense. At another guy, you got to stop for the secondary. A.D. Mitchell, credit to him, man. Ever since he got traded from the Colts to the Jets at the trade deadline, he's really shown up in the absence of the receiver. I'm forgetting his name, who got hurt, and yeah, he's become their receiver number one so far, and he's really played well, and he's a really good run after catch receiver, good route runner. So the Saints secondary has to show up and do a good job against him. Whether if you double him, whether if it's just Cooley McKinstry against him or Lante Taylor against him, the secondary has to do their job and keep him out of the game. Make somebody else beat you, because this Jets offense is not the greatest. They don't have as many weapons as they would like to. And yeah, Garrett Wilson. Yeah, ever since he took over, Garrett Wilson, he's been a great receiver. And Garrett Wilson's not there; he's out for the rest of the year. And yeah, the Jets don't have really a lot of options out there on offense. So you shut him down, then yeah, this is gonna be a long day for the Jets offense to get going. And yeah, and the Saints defense has really answered the call the last couple of weeks. They've really have played with a lot of confidence. They're getting the quarterbacks. The secondary is played with a lot of confidence. They're playing very well. They're stopping guys. And overall, I love the scheme that Brandon Staley has really brought into this Saints defense. I love the mentality they have right now. They're playing tough. They're getting turnovers, and I just love the way they're playing. And I know Cam Jordan's up there in age, but he's still playing pretty well. And you got to feel confident if you're a Saints fan when it's time for Cam Jordan to hit retirement and call it quits. That the Saints have some guys that can take over in the defensive line and really build on this defense for years to come. So I love what I'm seeing out of the defense. And as I said, yeah, you do all those things. You contain A.D. Mitchell. You contain Breece Hall. You get Brady Cook his confidence out early, and you pressure him. You do all that, and yeah, the Saints have a chance for a third straight win. And yeah, it's great to be a Saints fan right now. Although we're not making the playoffs, but hey, it's great to see, because I'd rather see the Saints playing well right now than keep losing, and then it's a nightmare season. It already is a nightmare season as it is, but it's just great to see that the Saints actually have shown that they can actually win some games. So this is great to see. And I'll break down the Saints offense against this Jets defense coming up. This is the Saints Roundtable. Stick and stay. All right, so let's close out the show with the Saints offense against the Jets. And the Jets have really been struggling on defense. They fired their defensive coordinator recently, and they have a lot of injuries. They traded away their best cornerback and Sauce Gardner, and they're just trying to rebuild as a defense. They traded away Quinnen Williams as well to the Cowboys, and this defense has really struggled. So Tyler Shuck, continue to do your thing, buddy. Kellen Moore, give him the keys. Let him run the football. Let him throw the football, and continue to let him cook, because yeah, the guy's playing with a lot of confidence right now. The Jets are not a good football team, and just continue to let him do his thing. And I'm really excited to watch what he can do against this team, and continue to run the football. We'll see who's going to be in the backfield for the Saints, because they have some injuries right now in the backfield. Alvin Kamara is still hurt. Devin Neal got banged up in the last game, so we'll see who they want to mix in there to run the football. But offensive line's got to show up. Offensive line has to make some holes for this running game, and have it be a dual threat. and and open up the holes for Tyler Shuck too. Tyler Shuck is now a part of the running game, and open up some holes for him. And yeah, you got a nice balanced offense out there, running the football and throwing the football. This Jets defense is gonna have a long day, so I'm really looking forward to seeing that. And Chris Olave, continue to do your thing, buddy. Dominate out on the outside, get some big catches and make some big plays out there. And Devon Bailey, keep doing your thing as well, buddy. Make some big catches. And the guy drops nothing. Like I swear, like whenever I see that guy out there and he gets thrown the ball, he rarely ever drops anything. It's rare to see him do that. So he's been a very good possession receiver, and I've been liking what he's been doing. So continue to do that. Juwan Johnson, continue to move the chains, be a good receiving threat in the middle at tight end, and you do all that, and you have a good chance to win the third straight. And it's been great to see. It's been fun. I love what I'm seeing out of this offense right now. Kellen Moore finally has put in a system that can be sustainable. Not like Clint Kubiak last year, where it started off hot and then after that he kind of just gave up on the team and he really didn't believe. But Kellen Moore believes in this team, man. Even though on paper they don't have the most talented roster, Kellen Moore believes in these guys, and he's put in the system, and the players have really believed in him, and they believe in his system, and they've only thrived the more they've gotten more experience with it. Tyler Shuck has only gotten better with it, and Kellen Moore believes in him, and everybody just believes in themselves right now. Like I get it, yes, they're not a great team record wise. They're not going to the playoffs, I know, but overall the core believes in each other, and that's great to see. And hey, you can call me crazy, but Tyler Shuck, man, can really has a chance to become the best quarterback in this division. Because if you look right now, Baker Mayfield's not playing well. Bryce Young, he's starting to get better, but he's still not the number one pick worthy kind of talent that he was supposed to be when he was drafted a couple of years ago. And the Falcons with Michael Penix and his injury history, and he's out for them. And Kirk Cousins is pretty much washed as a quarterback for them as well. So if Tyler Shuck can continue to develop and really become something, he can become the best quarterback in this division. And the Saints, man, this rebuild may be pretty quick, and they can become a contender in this division pretty fast if the other teams don't figure it out when it comes to their rosters. And it's a struggle right now for who's going to win this division anyway, because the Bucks are 7-6. Actually, no, check that, 7-7, and the Panthers are 7-7, and they're going to play a big game this Sunday to see who's going to take control of the division. And it was the Saints that made it tough for them, and the Saints are the reason that those two teams are struggling to win this division, because somebody's got to win it. So credit to the Saints for doing that. And yeah, the Saints are building something special here, and you got to feel good for the future as a Saints fan and have some hope, because the last couple of years I have not been saying that, because we did not have a quarterback we can believe in. The defense was not as good, although it was still pretty solid, but they just didn't have any confidence in the guy to believe in, and they do now with Tyler Shuck, and I love what I'm seeing out of him. And I've only given him love the last couple of weeks, and we finally have a guy who can throw the football, and it's just great to see. It's beautiful. Saints fans believe. I know this is a tough season, but next year expect some better things, man. This was the Saints Roundtable. I'm Alberto Lucero. I'll see you next week. We'll see if we get a third straight win, guys. Enjoy the winning for now, because that's all we can do as Saints fans this year. I'll see you guys next week.